Hello journaling friends, welcome to my quiet and cozy little space. Today I have what I think is a really exciting topic to talk about. Actually, a couple of exciting things to talk about. First of all, it is 1 year since I posted my first ever video on YouTube. I didn't realize it had been a year, and then I got a little notification from YouTube saying that it had been 1 year. So happy anniversary to my channel. It's been such a wholesome, inspiring, heartwarming, basically soul fulfilling little journey, I guess you could call it. When I got that notification, I just kind of sat back and had to think about what this channel means to me and I guess what it has provided for me in this journaling space of mine. I get so much out of sitting here and just chatting about this wonderful hobby of mine. And it's really comforting to know that one or two or maybe a few more people might be tuning in to, listen to what I've got to say about journaling and stationery, especially my love of Japanese stationery. So I want to say a huge thank you to you for tuning in. It's been so lovely to have you here. I was thinking this morning about, would I still be making videos and posting them online if not even one person was watching them? And to be honest, I would, because I feel like even as I'm sitting here filming this, I really am ultimately talking to myself in the hope that you will be watching and listening and perhaps relating and joining in with journaling of your own at the same time. Whatever it is that brings you here, I sincerely and wholeheartedly thank you. It's been quite the eye-opener, I think, for me, having this channel into the potential that is the journaling community. So thank you so much for joining me here in what I like to think of as a soft and gentle place on the internet, which is what a lovely viewer by the name of Anne shared with me once. Yeah, it made my heart swell a little bit to think that perhaps I am creating a soft and gentle space for you and also for myself. Anyway, that was a long-winded intro. So happy anniversary to my channel. 1 year. It's been absolutely sensational and I can't wait to make more videos, honestly. The second exciting thing that I'm going to talk about is I have a giveaway coming up on Instagram. I'll chat more about that in a moment. Obviously, I am going to put in bookmarks so you can zoom ahead to the giveaway info if you want to skip the rest of my waffling. Anyway, it is relating to one of these items, if that's a fun little teaser for you. So the actual content of this video is going to be how I store and organize my ephemera. If you've seen any of my other videos or if you follow me on Instagram, you would know that I am obsessed with junk journaling and in particular Japanese ephemera. So on my travels to Japan over the last few years, I have become privy to the incredible Japanese design and packaging that's available. And of course, all of the packaging that comes into my hands comes home with me. So I have established over a few trips a little, I guess, way of organizing my ephemera so it doesn't become too overwhelming, because if you collect ephemera, you would know that that can happen too. Anyway, first things first, I picked up this MUJI Organiser Case on one of my trips in 2024. I'm pretty sure it was about 2 years ago. And when I first came across it, I was so excited to store all my ephemera in it. So I'm just going to show you what it looks like on the inside. So it essentially comes as a blank case cover, and I've clearly decorated this with some Mizutama and Yumi Kirigishi stickers and some Hitatoki soda tape. So I'm going to go through this more when I get on to the next step, which is I'm going to empty this little folder of its ephemera and pop it all in here, and I'll explain that in a minute. But basically, this is what she looks like. The case itself comes with just this pencil case inside, and then you can buy these little pocket inserts separately. On trips after this one, when I first picked this up, I've noticed now, after I've had a closer look, that there are different size pocket inserts, but these are the ones that I have. So that's what she looks like. But yeah, I'll go into a little bit more detail about this shortly. So that is where I store and organise all my ephemera. And then on my most recent trip to Japan, I actually found this photo album, postcard photo album, also from MUJI. Of course, everything from MUJI. And what I decided to do was, rather than just stuff all my ephemera as I'm picking it up day by day into here, I was going to organise it or store it, I guess, day by day in here. I don't know if that's making much sense. So essentially it has 2 pockets per page, or actually 4, but it's separated by, I don't know if you can tell. Actually, I've got a new one, which I'll show you in a moment. But yeah, there's 2 compartments here where you can fit a postcard or photo. It's the perfect postcard size. So there's 2 compartments, and then there's obviously another 2 on this side. So there's actually, in a sleeve, there's 2 pockets. Does that make sense? So what I did was, on day 1 when I arrived, I put all the ephemera that I collected on that particular day in here, day 2, day 3, and so on. So I ended up filling this just with ephemera. And the reason I kept it day by day was thinking that when I was going to be doing my memory keeping journaling, because I actually journal in 2 different ways when I'm on my travels, or my travel journaling, because a lot of it gets done when I get home. So I do my memory keeping travel journaling in my Hobonichi cousin in the daily pages. And then I decided on this most recent trip that I was going to do my junk travel journaling in my traveler's notebook. So I have an insert where I basically just stick down ephemera. So things that are a little bit sentimental, like if I've caught up with friends and I've got ephemera from our little, whatever we were doing, that goes into my Hobonichi cousin as part of my memory keeping. And then anything left over just gets stuck into my traveler's notebook. So that's what this is basically holding, all of the ephemera that I picked up that I haven't already journaled with. So what I'm going to do today is, just for a bit of fun, I'm going to pull everything out of here and move it into here, because now that I've done most of my travel journaling, I'd rather just keep all the ephemera together. In my Hobonichi cousin, there are spreads where I just stick junk down because, I don't have anything to write for that particular day or those days. And so I just want to be able to go into this case to get the ephemera rather than having to go into the 2. So I thought it'd be fun if I just empty this, and then I can even show you some little bits and pieces that I do pick up during my travels, just to give you an idea on how fun collecting ephemera can be. So that's what we're doing today. Before I get to that, when I was in Japan on my last trip, I picked up a couple of extra cases from MUJI. I know, so exciting. I have kept this bag with the little cases in it in my cupboard for 4 months since I got back, because I really want to sit down and do a giveaway. The sole purpose of me buying these was to give them away. I had the idea that I would love to share them with a couple of my viewers. So thank you for being here. Anyway, let me just show you. So I picked up a cream case, which is obviously mine, so you can see the difference, lived in, brand new. And then I also picked up a moss green one because I posted on my Instagram channel, I did a poll and I asked people which colour they like, which colour they'd prefer. There is a black as well, so there's 3 colours available in this case. I think the cream was the number 1 favourite and moss green was a close second. So I picked up one of each because I thought, I could share them with someone. Actually, I think I've got another moss green one somewhere as well. But anyway, this is what it looks like. I'm just going to show you the inside as well. So it comes with a shiny plastic cover on the front, and then it's just the normal fabric on the back. Oops, opening it the wrong way. And as I mentioned before, it comes with the 1 pencil case, which is a shiny plastic on that side and a kind of mesh on the back. And then it has these, built-in pockets, obviously. But I also, as part of my giveaway, picked up some pocket inserts as well. So the case itself is available online, Actually, I have them in my Amazon storefront. I'll pop the link in the description. However, you don't want to be buying one just yet if you are thinking of getting one, because you want to wait for my giveaway. You might be the lucky recipient of one of these. Anyway, you can find these online. However, I haven't been able to find the pocket inserts online. I've searched high and low for like probably the last year, and I just haven't been able to find them online. So I think from what I can tell, these are in-store only. You can buy these online. Anyway, I thought what I would do is also include to the one lucky recipient the case itself and 2 pocket inserts. So this one is just, you slip the contents inside, not unlike the sleeves in here. And obviously it fits, that kind of postcard size. 2 pockets, postcard size, and there's 10 sheets. So that's a lot of pockets. And then these are what I have in mind. So this is 2 pockets with 2 sheets. Basically what I'll do is with the organiser case, I'll include one of these because you get 2 sheets like what I've got in mine, if that makes sense. Anyway, I'll work the logistics out, but it'll be the case and a couple of pocket inserts, whether it's those or those, I'm not sure. Exciting. So what I'm going to do in the giveaway, which by the way is not endorsed by MUJI or Instagram at all, I bought these myself. I picked them up myself. I paid for them. They haven't been gifted to me or given to me by MUJI. So just so you know that. It's just a little something that I want to share with someone. And I figure since we have now hit 1 year on YouTube, this is a good time to do it. So I think what I'll do in the giveaway is the person who wins gets to choose whether they want the cream or the moss green one. So yeah, head over to my Instagram if you want to get involved. I'm thinking I'll probably start the giveaway in a few days once this video goes live, so soon. Anyway, that's what's happening on Instagram soon. And then I also just want to show you what the postcard album folder, is that what it's called? Hang on, it's called a photo and postcard holder. So I just want to show you what it looks like when you buy them. It's obviously very brand new compared to mine. I mean, look at the difference. She's held up well though, considering I carried this around on my trip, and yeah, she's full of stuff. She was way more chunky until I started to remove stuff to obviously journal. But yeah, I just wanted to show you what the new one looks like. $6 Australian, not bad at all. A very easy and practical way to store your ephemera as you're collecting it. I mean, I could just leave my ephemera in here as well. However, as I mentioned before, I do want to keep just the one case. Let's get into that. First things first, I thought I would just empty this, and then I can even share with you things that I collect and why. So what I do with my MUJI Organiser case is I kind of, I guess, categorize ephemera and keep similar kind of junk together, as in lolly wrappers go in the one pocket and tags go in another and so forth. So I thought I'd empty this and then kind of put everything into their little groups and then fill the MUJI Organiser case. So you also get to see how much stuff fits in that little case. It's, yeah, I don't know. She's very practical. Just a Moomin picture that I cut off a shopping bag. I've got some stationery ephemera, food packaging, more food packaging. These are some little stickers that one of the staff at Big Camera gave me, which was kind of cute. I also stick any kind of stickers down on the plastic as I'm going, because I used to stick them onto like the back of receipts and stuff, but obviously then they would get stuck, and you couldn't peel them off easily. Whereas on this plastic, as you just saw, they peel off easily. So what I do is I actually stick them also on the inside of the MUJI Organiser case. But for now, I'll just, actually I'm just going to stick all the stickers on the front for easy access. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull it all out first. And then I can organise it all and explain what's going on. I loved this little folder so much. It was really easy to carry around as well. Like it fit into my little carry bag or my tote that I usually carry around with me when I'm traveling. If you're not into collecting junk, you might be looking at some of this stuff and wondering why on earth would you keep that? But if you do collect junk, you would totally get it too. Absolutely no judgment here. I always want to ask the convenience stores to give me more of the little tape, but I also don't want to be greedy because I know the tape is not there purely for my, what do you call it, entertainment. Oh, she's looking a little bit empty already, but that's okay. She'll be ready for my next trip, whenever that might be. Oops. Stick that there. I'm just obsessed with sticky things, you know, bits of tape. That actually says something on it, but I can't read it. Give you, show me, love you. Adorable. Realizing that I do have lots of little stickers that I've collected on my way. I have a bit of an aversion to peeling stickers with my nails. I don't like it. I don't know why, I just don't like the feeling of it. So yeah, that's why I look awkward when I'm trying to use my nails to lift a sticker, FYI. Now, these need to go into my Hobonichi cousin because they are a bit of sentimental journaling. I'll just put that there for now. Oh, also, as I mentioned, there is the opening to the sleeve at the top there, which goes all the way down, but also there's like a side opening here to the two little pockets as well. So that, and these are going to go into my Hobonichi cousin. I just haven't journaled this page yet. I attended Christmas markets with a very dear friend of mine. And so I want to journal about that. We had this delicious soup and they were on the cups, so obviously I peeled them off. Anyway, and that was the brochure from the Christmas markets. Once I get the sticker up, it's fine. It's just my nail. It's the nail trying to grab the sticker that I don't like the feeling of. Okay, so this also needs to go into my Hobonichi cousin because it's just got some kind of sentimental value to that place. I have already journaled quite a lot of my memory keeping travel pages in my Hobonichi cousin, and I have put aside some of the ephemera already, but there's obviously some stuff in here that I just haven't got to yet. Also, I photocopy all of my receipts, so that's why you're not seeing a lot of receipts in here, because I've already pulled them out to photocopy. I obviously missed that one because I don't want them to fade in my journal. And yes, I went to KFC at Christmas time. Of course. This is a packet from bath salts, and this whole folder smells so lovely. It's got a fruit cocktail fragrance, so I think it'll make my journal smell nice too. Smells very nice. Oh no. Why is she keeping an egg sticker, you might ask? I love the boiled eggs, soft boiled eggs from the convenience store, and I get them every day. So I, couldn't help myself. Had to keep a couple of stickers here and there. I mean, I could have kept them every single day, to be honest. Oh, actually, I don't need that bit anyway, because that's just the, what do you call it? Barcodey bit. Cover's getting full. Hopefully that will just stay on there until I move them. Did I miss any stickers? Oh, she looks so lived in now. Why is that making me feel sentimental? I know why, because it's Japan. Tell you what, I'm looking forward to the day that I am heading off to Japan again. I don't know when that's going to be. I do not have a trip planned, but hopefully it does happen sometime. And I will be like, even just thinking of the excitement of getting this little album folder ready for all my ephemera collecting. Oh, just the thought of that makes me feel very excited. Hopefully it happens one day. We're getting there. I do have lots of stationery packaging ephemera, but it's such a big pile because obviously I opened a lot of the the stationery when I got home. So I have that in a separate pile. I'm not going to put that into my MUJI case because I will probably be doing a couple of spreads, junk spreads in my Hobonichi cousin with that soon. Oh, look at her. She's so empty. Oh, I feel kind of bad now. But yeah, she held up well. And so I ended up using, there were like still 3 or 4 pages at the back that I didn't use. But yeah, she did good. All right, so first things first, let's get all those stickers in here. So what I'm going to do is stick these things on here. So obviously, again, because being this like fabric, everything peels off quite easily. Oh no, now I'm going to have to use my nails again. Why did I do that? I should have just put them straight into here. That's okay. You think I would have learned by now and maybe not stuck them all down properly. I'm actually doing an orange spread that I have in mind soon, so they will come in handy. Oh my gosh, why is that so difficult to stick down? I mean, to be fair, I was thinking to actually stick all of these into my sticker release book, but I do want to keep all my junk together. So maybe, oh my gosh, do I need a little sticker release book for sticky ephemera? Why didn't I think of that? I only bought the one sticker release book and it's full of, well, it's not full, it's got stickers in it. Oh my gosh. Okay, on my next trip, see, I've just had a little idea. I'm going to pick up a sticker release book for sticky ephemera. Why have I not done that before? Okay, these ones, because they're all the coffee stickers, I'm going to stick them somewhere else. But for now, I'm just going to stick them to my desk. Okay, that'll do. Looks pretty messy, but this is all going to get journaled soon. So stuck into my journal. Okay, there you go. She's empty now. Probably one of my better ideas in terms of stationery storage or ephemera storage while I've been traveling. Okay, so that's all the stickers. And what I might do is stick these ones just on the backs of these. I'm all about the messy, so I love that. This just makes it look more lived in. That'll do. There we go. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is just kind of organise these into little groups. So that's not going to go into my case because it's going to go into my Hobonichi cousin. So obviously, as we know, I'm a huge fan of Peko-chan Milky Lollies. I mean, how adorable are those illustrations? So they will go into one compartment, and the paper bag that some lollies came in that I picked up straight from the MUJI Peko-chan shop. Just some more kind of packaging, lolly wrappers. We've got some stationery ephemera, a little label of a hair care product, stationery ephemera, what do you call it? Stamp card that I got from the airport, some stickers, put all the lolly wrappers together because I'll show you why. Some clothing labels. This is actually off my little Kinshi Otani calendar, flip calendar, but I had it in the folder because I was going to stick it on one of my travel pages because it says let's travel by map. So I'm going to put that aside because that will still go in there somewhere. A map, packaging, more packaging, more packaging. Oh, I've got a little stamp in there. Don't know if I've got enough room for this. Oh, this one actually, and this has to go into my Hobonichi cousin because that was another Christmas market that I went to with my friend Helen. So that needs to go into my memory keeping pages. And then we've got cups. Soup Stock Tokyo, my favourite soup restaurant. And then coffee cup holders from my coffee at Lawson, which I have every morning. Oh, actually, the stationery packaging can go together. These ones, actually, I am also going to put in my Hobonichi cousin, just because that was from just a lovely little memory that I want to hold on to in there. And the receipts I'm just not going to put in my ephemera case either. And the KFC Christmas KFC visit also is going to go in my Hobonichi cousin, so I'll put those aside for that. Coffee cup, label, coffee cup, tickets, packaging, coffee cup, little straw things, straw packaging. You'll see these a lot in my journals because I drink those every day when I'm in Japan. And I also love the Lawson socks. I have so many of them. So, do you like to collect ephemera during your travels? I love Komodo coffee, and when you order anything in a basket like chicken, you know, like karagi, some types of bread that comes in little baskets, sometimes they have this like little wrapping inside the basket. And so I didn't want to take the whole piece because it was a bit greasy from the chicken, but I just tore off a bit and cleaned it. And also peanut little, they're not peanuts, they're some kind of nuts that you get, and they are so yummy. The Komodo receipt. Actually, what I might do, I'm going to keep those together because I might do a Komodo coffee spread. So I'm not going to put them into my ephemera folder because they'll get lost in there and I'll forget. I love also picking up little transparent things, packaging. They look so nice when you stick them over the top of other things. I also love to take napkins home with me. I actually came across a YouTuber the other day who lives in Tokyo, and they had some of these Soup Stock Tokyo napkins throughout their journal, just like sitting in there. And I was like, oh, I'm not the only one that does that. The Komodo's one I'm going to put aside with the other Komodo ephemera. I don't really have a, what do you call it? Oh my gosh, I keep going to say pamphlet, napkin pile yet. More milky packaging. Just going to move some of these things aside to make more room. This is so fun. I actually did this after one of my other trips where I had all of the ephemera just shoved into the MUJI Organiser case before I realised that I could actually organise stuff in there. And when I got home, I just opened it and basically everything spilled out, and then I organised it all. I do have a video, I think it's on Instagram, it's so fun. If I remember, I'll link it in the description so you can go have a look. I feel like that can probably go with that. That's a little food, oh, what have we got? Yeah, label here, food label. And of course, Fammy Chicky. How could I not bring that home with me? I don't keep every single wrapper from every single Fammy Chicky that I buy because I eat it quite a lot while I'm there. But I usually clean a couple of them and bring them home for my journal. There's another one, or part of. Oh, okay, I do have more napkins. Stationery packaging, more stationery packaging. Oh, so yeah, I saw this the other day when I was flicking through my little folder. On one of my visits to Soup Stock Tokyo, I was just sitting there having my soup and I just found I was constantly wanting to grab my phone and I didn't have my journal with me. I didn't have anything to write on with me. I literally just went there to grab something to eat. As I was sitting there, I was just trying to take in my surrounds and really enjoy the moment, and yeah, just found myself kind of tempted to grab my phone, and I just try not to do that. I try not to sit and scroll and have my face in my phone when I'm traveling because I want to be in the moment, obviously, and I want to take in everything that's going on around me. So I actually end up writing on a napkin, and I've done this on other bits of paper. I've got little receipts and things floating around where I've just scribbled down my thoughts. So I actually wrote on here, sitting in soup stock, enjoying my 2 bowls of soup, my current fave, Japanese ginger and Hokkaido pumpkin. Yum, guys. It's crowded, but in a nice, calm way. Spoons clinking against the ceramic bowls, people chatting, there's Christmas music playing, and I'm using every ounce of willpower to not pick up my phone. The urge to fill the space is there, but I will not succumb to it by way of scrolling. So writing some words on a napkin will be enough to distract me, I hope. And then I wrote chestnuts roasting on an open fire because that was the Christmas song that was playing. The fact, like now reading that, I am taken straight back to that moment. I can just picture exactly where I was sitting. Oh, so lovely. This is what journaling does to us, you know. It provides a space for us to capture a very simple, small moment. If I had not written this down, would I have remembered it? Definitely not, because there are so many of those little small moments and so many times that I would be sitting in a restaurant eating soup or whatever meal on my travels that, you know, it's impossible to remember every single moment. So I love that I wrote that. Obviously, I'm going to write that into my Hobonichi cousin. In fact, I'm going to put that aside and not keep it here for that reason. And I do have ephemera as well. When I went, you know, for instance, that's from Soup Stock. So I could quite easily include that. So I'm going to put that aside for my Hobonichi cousin so I can write this, you know, into, or even just stick this on the page actually. I don't even need to write it. So I'm glad I wrote that down. Some more Fammy Chicky wrapping. Convenience store socks. I am obsessed. Obviously, we can tell. I love my Lawson socks, but this was the first time I saw or I noticed the Family Mart socks. And so yeah, I grabbed some. They've got little blue and green stripes on them, you know, the same colour as the Family Mart colours logo. I feel like this would be kind of cool to have somewhere in my journal with stuff in it. I just don't know what. Anyway, we'll see how that goes. That can go in my big pocket. And then I've got those big camera stickers that someone kindly gave me when I went to Ikebukuro. Actually, no, I'm going to stick this still in my junk case because I can always, you know, go in and take it out, pull it out for my Hobonichi cousin if I want to use it on that spread. And then I obviously have one that I didn't take the napkin out yet, little wet wipe. That's okay. I'll use that later. A Soup Stock Tokyo brochure, which I loved. I obviously can't read it, but I've actually cut out some of the little diagrams and I've used them throughout my journal, throughout my travel journal. So that can go there. More napkins. And then I kept this because before I was heading to Japan, I pulled a suitcase out of the shed and I just happened to open the little zip that runs along the inside of the suitcase and there was 50 Australian dollars in there. I couldn't believe it. So yeah, I just kept this because I'm probably going to just cut this little bit out. So I changed 50 Australian, no, sorry, it was 50 euro. That's right, it was 50 euro. So it must have been from my trip to Finland. Had 50 euro in there and I got 8,880 yen. So that was pretty cool. Little bit of a holiday bonus. I think I'm actually going to stick that into my Hobonichi as a little memory keeping thing. And the reason I kept that was because it was such a cool little moment, finding that 50 euro, totally unexpected, and it made my day. So I wanted to remember that. That is, actually I'm going to stick that with the map. And then we've just got some little, what do you call it, flight ephemera. I kind of like those for my junk journal. They can go, where can they go? They can go with the tickets. Some packaging from stickers that my dear friend Helen gave me. So they are actually going to go into Hobonichi Cousin as well. Another coffee cup, more flight ephemera. And then this is just a brochure that I got from Yokohama. And also a brochure that I got from Loft in Shibuya that I've already used most of, but I don't want to throw that out because I feel like the map can come in handy. And also the Loft logo. So that's organised. And now let's pop it all in here. Limited desk space, obviously. We'll put the big things in first. So these things, sorry, I hope this isn't too annoying to see me just piling things on top of things. These just go in here. I've obviously still got stuff in here. Like that pocket itself is huge, as in it fits so much in. Also, I've noticed some people with these folders, they will stick something. I'll show you. Hang on. Let's just put this in here. You can actually put things in that little pocket there, or the front of that pocket, and then it appears here. Now, I wanted to just decorate the outside myself with stickers, but you could totally put, I don't know, a picture of some sort in here, and then you can always change it as well. You know, over time if you want to change what you've got in there. Anyway, that is what that does, just so you know. Okay, what else do we have? Now this can go in here. In here I just have stationery ephemera and yeah, just mostly that actually. Oh, there is some lolly wrappers in there. Train tickets, that kind of stuff. Actually, I can see other train stuff in there, or like, sorry, travel stuff in there. Transport stuff in there. So I think I'll just stick all of that stationery ephemera in there. Sorry, I'm kind of thinking out loud as I go. I love these Kita packets because, again, as I mentioned before, I love to stick the transparent type ephemera down on top of things. So I'm going to put that one in the front so I remember it's there. We'll stick Mormin in there as well. Let's put him this way so when we flip it over we can see him. Cute. That can also go in there. Actually, and I'll stick the map in there as well. Oh, and also the little train tickets and plain ephemera can go in there as well. And then, oh, actually, no, they go further at the back. I do remember where stuff goes, so I don't want to... Oh, these can also go in the front pocket. Oh, she's getting full. Look at that. She's chunky. And then, oh, they're not going to stay on down, are they? I'm going to have to stick those into my journal very soon. I'm actually going to be doing some junk journaling tomorrow. Junk travel journaling. So I'll have to use some of these stickers before they start moving around. Obviously, if I'd stuck them on there first up, not onto the folder and then moving them to here, they'd probably be a bit more sticky. But that's okay. We're here for the mess, remember? And then these transparent things can go in here. Obviously a frequent visitor of stock, soup stock. What else have we got? Got all my little labels, tags, clothing tags and labels and stuff. They can go in here. They're going to get quite chunky because of the little hanger thing. I mean, I should probably just take those off, but I'll do that later. I'm not going to bore you with that. Do you love Uniqlo as much as I do? I love Uniqlo so much. Okay, we're getting there. So obviously if I wasn't going to journal with the Commodore's coffee stuff packaging, I would just pop it in here. And then we've got these lemon drink labels, can go in here. As can my MUJI packaging. It's just so practical. And my Peko-chan lolly wrappers can go in there. I mean, I have a ton in there already, as you can see. They come in very handy for little page fillers. And then I might stick these little ones. I do have a heap of these somewhere else. I just don't know where I've put them. They're like stuck in between something. They can go in there. And then what else do we have? Oh, not much left actually. Maybe, will they fit in there? I don't know if they'll go in there because they're a bit floppy. Oh, yeah. Well, that's handy. That works. And all of my napkins. I wonder if they'll fit in there. Just, I think. Yep. Again, as I mentioned, this little case just fits so much stuff in it. And then we've got some food wrapping that can go in here as well, food packaging. Actually, I'm going to stick these back here because I feel like they're going to get lost in there. Because I've got my MUJI wrapping in there. And then these, actually I'm going to stick these in this pocket. Oh, she's getting so fat. I'm going to have to do some serious junk journaling, guys. I do love that I've got all this in one place though, because otherwise I just would end up with piles of junk. And then I didn't actually buy this in Japan. I bought this here, but I shot this whole roll while I was in Japan. And then this was a little disposable camera that I picked up from Lawson. So I think I'll just stick those in here as well. Oh my goodness. She's getting very full now, very chunky. And my stamp I'm going to keep aside because I think I'm going to stick that into my travel journal today when I'm junk journaling, now that I remember that I have it. That's it. Wow. Oh, she's gotten really chunky. I hope it can close. Of course it can. Look at that. I don't know why this just amuses me so much. I think just because when I first put all of my ephemera in here, I thought it was really full. And now I've just thrown in a whole heap of other stuff and she's gotten fatter. But I love it. All right, should we just have one little last flick through? Definitely need to stick those stickers into my journal. So yeah, as I mentioned, I've got big packaging in here, lolly wrappers, some brochures, my coffee cup pieces that I have cut up. And this is stationery ephemera, also bits of packaging and a map or two. I weirdly remember where everything is. You wouldn't think so, considering how much there is. And then we've got our transparent packaging, some lolly wrappers, which I didn't really use this compartment today because I didn't really have any more lolly packaging apart from the little small ones and the big packets. Labels, food, ephemera, packaging, my lolly wrappers, and obviously my drinks and Fami Chiki there. And I have this little spare one now. I'm sure I'll find a use for it. There we go. That was fun. That was so much fun. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and for humouring me and sticking around for this video. If you have been here for previous videos, thank you also. Happy anniversary to us for 1 year of sharing journaling and stationery content. I absolutely love this little community so much. I enjoy reading every single comment and I respond to every single comment because I feel like that's what this space for me is. It's about opening up a conversation, I guess, or even just a space where we can share our common interests, being either journaling or stationery or Japan or whatever. So thank you again for watching. Thank you so much for humouring me with my junk journaling and my ephemera collecting little process. I really enjoyed organising all of my ephemera here with you today. If you'd like to say hello in a comment, I'd really love that. And of course I will reply. And tell me, do you like to junk journal? Do you like to collect ephemera when you're traveling? And what did you think of my ephemera storage and organisational kind of process? My method. Hopefully I'll also see you over on Instagram for my MUJI Organiser Case giveaway. Thank you again, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.